Today there are a lot of interesting updates from the Russian Federation. Here, gaps in the Russian air defense network are growing larger as Ukrainian forces systematically dismantle key systems across the battlefield. With every new blind spot, Ukrainian drones and missiles strike deeper into Russian territory, hitting high-value targets that were once thought untouchable. Firstly, Ukrainians targeted critical Russian air defense assets in Crimea through a new and innovative tactic. Ukrainians published the first ever video of a Ukrainian naval drone launching multiple FPV kamikaze drones against Russian targets from off the coastline. These drones successfully tracked and destroyed a Russian Strela-10 and an OSA short-range air defense system while they were in transit and unable to counter the strikes. Further footage shows Ukrainian FPV drones destroying two Tor-M2 air defense systems, one in Donetsk and one in Luhansk, designed to intercept long-range strike drones and cruise missiles. Additionally, 3 Buk M2 systems were taken out in Zaporozhye, as their radars failed to detect the Ukrainian kamikaze drones. Additional combat footage reveals how the Ukrainians targeted another OSA air defense system with a Switchblade drone in the Donetsk region. Ukrainians also destroyed a Russian Borisogledsk electronic warfare system near Kherson with a missile strike. Lastly, Ukrainians destroyed a Russian S-300 system in Zaporizhia with a drone-dropped grenade and sat down watching the fire as 2 Russian soldiers tried to salvage the burning system. Ukrainians also targeted the Russian air defense network through a series of covert sabotage operations, coordinating partisan activity onto critical components and assets. Ukrainian partisans shared a video of a burning Russian 96L6E radar station of an S-300 and S-400 installation in Yevpatoria, effectively blinding the Russian missile launchers. The Ukrainian Intelligence Directorate also organized several sabotage operations within Russian territory, infiltrated the Tver region, setting fire to an S-300 command post and radar station, disabling the long-range system, and creating a significant gap for Ukrainian drones and missiles. Additionally, Ukrainian agents sabotaged 2 Zhitel electronic warfare systems in Voronezh, further crippling Russia's ability to counter drone swarms. Despite the halt in direct US intelligence sharing, Ukraine continues to receive valuable intelligence from European allies while also utilizing private satellite sources to gather information on Russian targets. This enabled Ukrainian HIMARS operators to strike a Russian training ground in Zalezny Port, Kherson, with cluster munitions, eliminating over 30 soldiers. Additionally, precision-guided GMLRS rockets targeted a training site in Zaporozhye, destroying dozens of Russian troops and armored vehicles. The gaps in the Russian air defense network also allowed Ukrainians to continue their strike campaign on Russian oil refining facilities. The first target was the Novoshakhtinsk refinery, where large fires erupted after a Ukrainian drone strike penetrated Russian air defenses, forcing workers to evacuate. The next target was the Russian oil refinery in Novokubishevsk in Samara, one of the largest in Russia, processing over 8 million tons of oil annually. Lastly, Ukrainian drones struck their most distant target yet, the Ufa oil refinery, over 1,400 kilometers from Ukraine. A key fuel supplier for the Russian army, the refinery, producing over 168,000 barrels of oil daily, caught fire after the attack. Its destruction highlights Ukraine's extended drone capabilities, signaling that no target west of the Urals is safe. Overall, Ukrainians ramped up their strikes on Crimea, using naval drones to deploy FPV kamikaze drones against Russian air defense systems, while also targeting systems with conventional FPV drones and even organizing massive sabotage operations within Russian territory. Meanwhile, Ukrainian long-range drone strikes demonstrated the ability to hit any Russian targets west of the Urals, as Russia's air defense network is already stretched thin and losing many systems to Ukrainian attacks and sabotage. The Ukrainian Navy also announced plans for a third strike on the Kerch Bridge, forcing Russia to redeploy more of its already overextended air defense to Crimea, creating further gaps for Ukraine to exploit, whether Ukrainians actually launch this strike or not. Lastly, we are officially launching our very first spring sale. This is the best chance to support our independent Ukrainian reporting while getting a huge 40% discount on your subscription. As you know, this sale comes at a very difficult time for Ukraine. That is why right now, your support is more important than ever. By subscribing, you will not only support our efforts, but also gain access to our exclusive insights, comprehensive overviews of all fronts, and strategic geopolitics videos. If you wanted to support our efforts but never got a chance, now is the perfect moment to make a difference. So check out the link in the description to join our cause and become an exclusive member of our community. I truly appreciate everyone who stepped up to join us. Your support means the world to us.